All right, folks, let's continue on with our house. We've got this kind of cool looking set of joists that's going along here. Before I get going, this little origin point that annoys me, I'm going to turn that off. And let's get going. So last time you made some flooring. We made some pieces of plywood, right? We're going to put that onto the house. And we're in the assembly. We're not in this part studio. In fact, maybe we can name the assembly, but just know that we're always going to work in the assembly environment. That's fine. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put on some pieces of plywood. Now we're back in the assembly environment, so we're going to have to do some mates, is what they call them, to fix things together. So let's start by going up here to insert, go to the flooring, but we're going to click on this little expansion tab first. And I want this 4x8 sheet. If you click on this, it'll give you all of them at once. I just want one sheet right now. So when you bring that out here, it's going to bring you one 4x8 sheet. Now, if I click here, it might just, yeah, it's going to show up like underneath or something. So just be aware of that sometimes will happen. I think I'm going to undo that. And I'll try and bring this sheet somewhere else so it's easier to see. If it totally doesn't show up, just pull so you're outside of the outside of there somewhere. Oh, there's one that showed up already, which I didn't know was there. So I'm gonna, if you see it, go ahead and hit that. For this, I'm gonna hit. Oh, and now it's not there at all. I must have clicked twice. All right, restore. Let's bring that out there. Okay, very good. Let me go through that again just in case it was weird. I've got two of them somehow. So I'm gonna delete it. I don't know how that was in there. Let's start from the beginning. Insert, expand what's in the flooring. Choose 4x8 sheet. I'm going to kind of put it outside of the house and hit OK. Now, what's going to happen here is we have to use those little mate things to lock things together. You're going to have to learn how to zoom in and out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom way into this corner right here. I'm going to do that fastened mate. We did this before when we were building walls. Click on that. It's going to say, what do you want your connectors to be? I'm going to hover over this. So see that little guy showing up with that blue line kind of coming towards me. I don't want it over there. See the difference? I want it pointing towards me on that corner. So if you hover over this flat spot, it should give you that. Up at this upper right corner, click. Remember, we can always undo if you didn't do something right. Now I'm going to zoom out. It wants me to do the other one now. It wants me to do what two things are going to get connected together. So I'm going to zoom way out, and now I'm going to zoom way into my piece of plywood and hover over this area again. I'm using my mouse wheel to hover. Now that's going up. I don't want it going up. I want it going, there we go, facing towards me again, but up in that upper right-hand corner. Once it's in the right spot, click. Okay, now, disappeared. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Well, first of all, we can go over here and say zoom to fit, and it will bring this thing back. And now let's see if it's where I want it to be. Now, there's a weird thing about this where I know it's in the right spot. Oh, I chose the top of the plywood. So no, I blew it. See, I make mistakes too. All right, so I have to undo what I just did, or X means that I'm not going to apply that. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm going to go hover over this till I get to the top. Now, what I blew it on is I should have made that go. You might have been thinking that while I was doing it, to the bottom corner, because that's what, there we go. So because the plywood's sitting up, right? Click. All right, let's go zoom to fit, and then let's see if I like the way it looks. Now it will show you these little lines for whatever reason. It's showing you what underneath it, but I know it's right. So we're gonna hit check, okay, and cool, there's that piece of plywood sitting over there. Now we're gonna do that for every single piece of plywood, right? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to do some patterns. So right now it kept that fastened thing open in case I want to do it again. I wish it wouldn't do that. I wish it would just close it when I'm done. So we can close that window. It'll keep it open after you apply it. But here's my fastened mate that I did before. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take that piece of plywood, and this 42-foot building by 32-foot works really well with those pieces of plywood that we had. That's why I did it this way. We're going to click up here with assembly pattern. Now, depending on the size of your screen, it might be within a drop-down menu. I'm going to click on that. It says instances. That means what is it that you want to make a pattern out of? And I'm going to choose that sheet of plywood right here, the 4x8 sheet. It says what direction do you want it to go? So I have to click on that red to activate it. And I'm going to choose a line, any single line. Don't choose an area. A line that's going to go the direction I want that plywood to go, which is along here. My distance is going to be 96. That's 8 feet. And my instant count, I think, is 5. Let's try 5. Hit enter to see what it looks like. Yep, that's what I want, because I don't want it going off the end. I want it to stop right there. And we go, cool. Check out that floor that's starting to happen. Now, this little piece right here is the 2x4 piece that's going to fit over there. So we're going to insert flooring, expand it till you find the 4x2 sheet. It's a little weird because this almost looks bigger than those, but just find the right one, which is the 4x2 sheet. Okay, hovering around, moving a little bit until I can see it. And see how it's, sometimes when you move it, it's moving it. It's actually, it looks like it's moving back and forth, but it's actually moving up and down. If you can't see it for whatever reason, just try again or go off of the land. You can also turn the land off if you want. Okay, and we're good with that. In fact, I think I'm going to go down here and, oh, maybe I can't turn the land off in an assembly. Okay, I guess I can't. So that's okay. I wonder if I go to the Part Studio and turn the land off, will it do that in the assembly? No. Weird. So, oh, but up here, oh, I can turn it off up here. There we go. All right, I'm going to go back to the Part Studio and turn that back on. Okay. So yeah, I can do it. I just had to do it up here. All right. So we're going to do basically the same thing we just did. I'm going to zoom way in here. I'm going to put a fastened mate up at the upper corner of this piece of plywood. I got to hover around a little bit until it happens. Click. Okay, now I'm going to find my sheet. There it is. Make sure it's oriented the right way. Hover around until, there we go. Click. Dang it, I did it on the top again. Oh, I did top to top this time. So we're all good. Oh, why did it move that there? Now, this is a weird thing that happens. It's moved this piece over here, but once I hit OK, it's going to move them back. There we go. I don't know why it does that, but it does. All right, now, it almost looks like that goes too many weird little optical illusion there. All right, so now we're going to put in a half sheet over here because plywood should be staggered like bricks. It shouldn't have 4 seams that line up. It makes it stronger and so that it won't have a corner that's being weird. I'm going to go again. It left this open. I don't want that anymore. So I'm going to bring in, insert, again, expand, and I'm going to bring in my 4x4 sheet, my half sheet. Bring it in, put it over here somewhere. Okay. This time, I'm going to say, okay, I'm happy. This time, I think what I'll do is I'll do on the top of the corner. So I'll put a fasten mate kind of, there we go. The blue line was facing up on that one. And now I'm going to go to this corner over here. Blue line is facing up. Click. Zoom out, zoom in. Looks good to me. Get rid of the extra thing. I'm going to, oops, I don't want fastened yet. I need to insert now a full sheet, a 4x8 sheet in here. And we're going to do kind of that same thing. Okay. Where I'm going to put a fasten mate right there. And zoom out and put another one right here with the little blue facing the same way. I'm using my mouse wheel to zoom. I could have also said zoom to fit. Make sure it looks good, and we're good. And now we are going to pattern this sheet, okay? So it should be the last sheet I have right here. If you hover over it, see how it's highlighting it? So I'm going to make another linear pattern out of this out of this last sheet, like that. The direction I want to go, again, I'm going to pick a line. It can be here, it can be over here. That's fine as long as it goes the direction I want to lay them, which is along here. So that'll work. Okay. Again, make sure you pick just the line and not an area, or you'll confuse the computer. My distance is going to be 96. And my instant count, I think on this one is 4. We can zoom out and look. Hit enter to see the preview. Oh, going the wrong way. That happens sometimes. Flip the direction. There we go. And is that what I want to have happen? Yes, I want 4 of them because we're going to put that 3/4 sheet over here. Good. And finally, we're going to put a 6-foot sheet will fit right in there. So we're going to insert, go expand the flooring, and we're going to choose a 4x6 sheet. Put it over here somewhere, click. We should be getting better at this. Okay. I shouldn't have to show you because you know what you're doing by now, but we're going to do it anyway. Fasten mate. I'm going to put it on the corner. Oh, I don't want it facing that way. I want it facing up. Sometimes you have to hover a little while. Click till it's showing up where you want it to show up. Same thing over here. Click. Now, see, it did that. It moved this piece to that piece. It's so weird. I don't know why the computer program does that. Now, here's for the fun stuff. We could do all that all over again, but this just happens to be 4 of this pattern across. So let's do this and let's pattern all of these things. So we're going to go to up here to pattern. Okay, our instances now are going to be a lot of stuff. We started with the original 4x8 sheet. Click on that. Now we need to get more. See these little arrows that expand? We're going to expand that out. We're going to get all of these things, all of these sheets, including what's in the pattern. So you have to expand the pattern and get all of that stuff. Okay, so we're getting everything that we did from the original sheet. The direction we're going to go now is opposite of the direction that we did before. So choose a line that is going that way this time, not this way. It's going that way. Okay. Our distance is going to be 96 because across is 4 feet plus 4 feet is 8 feet, which is 96 inches. We're going to go 96 inches. And our instance count is going to be 4. Now, notice that it's going the wrong way. Oops, let's just flip the arrow. It's going the other way. And look at that beautiful floor. Oh, let's go dancing on it before they put up the walls. Now, I know it's showing kind of what's underneath those if you zoom out far enough. I don't know why it does that, but anyway, we've got our floor. All right, nice. So before we move on, let's take a picture of this. Land on or land off, doesn't matter to me, whatever you want to do. And I know it's showing those weird see-through lines on it, so don't worry if it's showing that. Let's take a picture of that with the floor, and then we will move on to start talking about the walls. And that will be in a separate video, so I will see you in that one.